Welcome, bienvenidos. I want to tell you a little story about a woman called Samyra. Now, for those of you who might have been on social media a month ago, a young lady by the name of Samyra, who is a fat activist, decided to come for none other than Cardi B. So this story is going to talk about Samyra, her mother, Ike, I think that's how you say her name, and Cardi B. So let's take it from the top. I noticed this because what I got was the video of Samyra's mother talking about how her daughter was perfect and she was great just the way she is, and you have all my support and blah blah blah. And as a mother, I can relate to that, because if somebody comes after my kid, I'm gonna come after you. Would I do it on social media? No, but then again, my daughter would not pull the stunt that Samyra did. So then, I wouldn't have to do that. Anyway, let's take it from the top. I see this video, I see the comments, I am confused, to say the least. And then 1 month later, yesterday, I see Michelle McDaniel, who I love her channel. And again, I don't agree with her on everything. Some of the things that she said I may or may not agree with, but the bottom line is that I see this perfect video explaining the whole situation between Samyra, Cardi B, Ike, her mother, everybody else. And I decided that I wanted to add my 2 cents. I'm going to link Michelle McDaniel's video here, but if I don't, you have the screenshot of the thumbnail so you can go find it on her channel. Cardi B was selling, I don't know if it was her fashion line or her merch, and she was on a live stream talking about this as they were selling, and she mentioned something to the effect of the 3X, that 3X was sold out, and she said something about, my fatties are sold me out or something to that effect. Now, one of the things that I've seen that people tend to get on Cardi B about is her use of a certain language. And what people tend to forget is that, number one, she's Dominican, raised in the United States, born and raised in the United States, for what I understand. And she was raised in a community where this is the language that they spoke. There is a certain thing about yo mama jokes and the way people talk in the neighborhood. And yes, I'm using the word neighborhood because if I use the word hood, people will come at me. But there are certain ways that people, when they grow up in certain communities, speak, that it's just joking around. And I always find it interesting that we now want to police what people said 20 years ago, or how they spoke based on how they were born and raised, and not take into consideration again where they were born and raised. And so Samyra, but got offended by what Cardi B said and decided to do a video. Now, keep in mind that when Cardi B was talking, she was making a general statement as a joke about her fatties or her fat people or whatever she said. I don't remember what she said. Samyra decided to attack her personally, and then was surprised when not only Cardi B but her fans came at her. And after a little back and forth that involved a video of Samyra giving Cardi B options of books to read so that she could get educated of the fat phobia in the United States, well, let's just say that it all ended up with her mom making a video defending her daughter, crying, people telling the mother that, you know what, your daughter started this, and finally Samyra decided to back off. But here's the interesting thing. There is a TikTok content creator with 5 million followers called Ike, and I know I'm saying the name wrong and I'm sorry. And she actually basically shred Samyra and her points. Very well done, by the way. And oddly enough, Samyra didn't go after Ike, didn't even defend herself. You know why? Because Samyra is one of many people who have done this thing that I personally call a business model of hating for views. And I started seeing this back in when the vegan community was really hot here on YouTube. There was a young lady by the name of Freely the Banana Girl, and she started out with a very nice vegan channel. Everything was about showing Australia and how she ate and how she did what she did. And then in time, it became, let me see what celebrity I can attack by trashing them for not being vegan. Then it moved on from community to community. I've seen this in girl world. I've seen this in the beauty community. I've seen this in everywhere. And what I want to make the distinction, there is a difference between drama commentary channels and this type of channel. Drama and commentary channels talk about situations that happen, whether they're good or bad, and they're trying to showcase what is happening in the community. This type of content that I'm talking about, the hate for views, is where you generate more views and more fans to your account by being very condescending and very hateful towards celebrities, because having that name on your title or having a picture of them on your thumbnail will get people interested in what you have to say. Samyra has a channel where she has this entire series about going to different shops and different stores and showing that they don't cater to the plus size community. And I can make an entire video about how, number one, the United States does not have a uniform sizing system for women, and number two, and more importantly, what is considered plus size now was not considered plus size before. I mean, back in the day, a large was 14-16. Now 14-16 is 2X, depending on the brand, because again, there's no uniform sizing system. So there is a lot that I can talk about on this particular topic, but what I want to leave you with is this. She had a great series about that. Whether or not she follow up or not is irrelevant for this particular video. But she has decided that she's going to go after celebrities for whatever reason. And just in the process, a lot of people get lost in the translation. They don't understand the madness, and they don't realize that the reason why they go after celebrities is because the numbers are there. And so Samyra decided to go after Cardi B. And let me be honest with you. If it's a Taylor Swift fan, if it's a Beyonce fan, if it's a Cardi B or a Nicki Minaj fan, I will not go after certain celebrities like those four. Because, Lady Gaga's another one that comes to mind. Because their fanhoods are so fanatical in their devotion, pardon the redundancy, that it's not going to end well for you. Yes, you're going to get the views, but they're not going to be the views you want. And for me, the drawback of creating an atmosphere based on that is that eventually people stay because they like you hating on people. Eventually that they're going to turn that hate on you, which is why I don't like that type of fanhood. But the truth of it is that Samyra, this girl is a Harvard educated person. For what I understand, her mother is a lawyer. Why are they both doing this craziness? I don't know. There's a myriad of reasons why these might be happening. But what I want to know in between us is, when is it a joke and when is it an insult, and where are we going to draw the line? Because you might insult me in what I'm going to give you a perfect example because it's my example to give. Contrary to popular belief, yes, I am Boricua, yo hablo español, and I want to see somebody come at me sideways for this because they used to come sideways, but now they have to correct themselves. I used to call myself, and I still do, a mutt. I have Italian blood, I have Japanese blood, I have Peruvian blood, I have Criollo blood, I have Taino blood, and I have a little bit of African blood. The Japanese and the African blood are the smallest percentages. The other ones are fairly high, the Taino being the highest. And I look like this. Now, having said that, I am not all Aryan. I am not all African. I am not all from anywhere. So I consider myself a mud. Now, if you are a white person or even a black person and you come and call me a mutt, I'm not going to find it offensive because I believe I am. But there are many Latinos that consider that an insult. Now, let's keep it straight. If you call me a dog, that's a different story. Because there is a historical precedent of people of certain races trying to minimize our existence by calling us dogs, especially Latino women. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about mutt in terms of how many crossover I have in my DNA. I don't mind that people call me chubby because I am, but other people might. I don't mind people calling me old because I am, but some other people my same age or whatever, or my same height, or they might. And that is what I want to know. Where do we draw the line? Where does it become an insult and not part of a joke? Would you as a mother, or would you want your mother to defend you on social media? These are the questions that I want the answers for. I cannot wait to see what you have to say. And don't forget, you can always support us by any of the links on the link tree below. And also, if you want to join our Patreon, it's only $1. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day.